Good day, everyone. I am Joanne B. Cadavid, first year BE Ed. Our topic for today is all about the definition of the traditional literacies, and it is a part of the introduction of the 21st century. In the 15th century, the word literacy stems from the word literate. So, biruin mo, 15th century pa gasugod ang word na literacy. Maong sa una, mas focus ta sa basa, sulat, kay wala pa man tay mga teknolohiya that time. Like cellphones, computers, gadgets, or etc. And it was derived from the word literatus, meaning a person with letters that is distinguished or identified, cultured, and educated. So, literatus, specifically, the person who can read can also understand of what they are reading. It is possible that you only know how to read and write, but you don't know how to comprehend. We can't call it literate. So now, what is literacies? Literacies is defined by dictionaries as the state of being able to read and write. Like what I've said earlier, ito yung kakayahan nating magbasa at magsulat. In philosophy, literacy is the ability to think critically and communicate effectively through listening, speaking, and writing in all contents. But you must not only know how to read and write, kinahanglan makasabot pud ta sa atuang gibasa. Kabalutang mag-solve and think critically kung unsay sakto ug unsay sayop. So now, let's proceed to literate. So what is literate? Anyone? Like what I've said earlier, the word literate was appeared in 15th century, which means the ability to read and write. So being literate means having the ability to read and write. Then does it follow that no read, no write equals illiterate? For example, during an election, there are some illiterate person who doesn't know how to read and write, so they need an assistant to vote. So, traditional or conventional literacies. Pag moingon tang traditional, ito ang nakasanayan or naandan natong gigamit or ginabuhat. And when we say literacy, it is our ability to read, write, count, and understand what we are reading. So, in traditional literacy, literacy education has focused on teaching, reading comprehension, writing, and effective communication. It is step-by-step learning process. So in traditional literacy, there are 4 abilities to use language. First is read, second write, third listen or understand, and fourth speak. Ito yung mga nakasanayan nating ginagawa na hindi pa tayo gumagamit ng mga teknolohiya. For example, decoding, oral reading fluency, reading comprehension, writing, or spelling. Mga bagay na ginagawa natin personally or through face-to-face. Another example, when you have to join a contest like Spelling Bee, Quiz Bee, Speech Choir, and many others. Kagaya nga ng sinabi ko, ginagawa natin personally at hindi ginagamitan ng teknolohiya or through online. So, let's proceed to early literacy or emergent literacy. Early literacy is learning about sounds, words, and languages. These are the behaviors shown by very young children as they begin to respond the reading and writing act. Can be shown through pointing to and talked about the pictures, turning the pages, asking questions, rhyming, or and storytelling. So, ani nga stage, early literacy ang mga bata ga edad pa og 3 to 6 years old. Where ang mga bata mahilig sa mga storytelling sa ilang mga elders or sa parents, ang mga bata mo makadiscover og mga pictures og mangutana sila og unsa to or unsa ni. And also mag-practice nagsulat-sulat og drawing pero kuris-kuris pa. So, what is early literacy in traditional literacy? First, early literacy is what children know about reading and writing before they actually read independently and write letters. And also, in early literacy is not teaching babies how to read independently. Kinahanglan na naadjud ang mga parents or magulang nga magiya pa. So, because in early literacy, children could not actually read or write in the conventional sense. Exposure to reading and writing. And also, in early literacy, language and literacy skills begin and at birth. So, this is the end of my report. To be continued by Miss Melissa Barrera.
Hello everyone, I am Melissa P. Barrera, a BS Ed Math 1 student. And at this time, I will continue the report of Miss Cadavid. So a while ago, she tackled about the traditional literacy and early literacy or emergent literacy. And in my report, I will discuss to you the definitions of basic literacy and skills and the functional literacy. So basic literacy and skills is the ability to read, write, and do basic arithmetic. And according to Barton 2006, basic literacy is used for the initial learning of reading and writing, which adults who have never been to school go through. So at this stage of literacy, children tends to understand basic learning and skills. And these skills are those needed for writing and reading. So there are 5 basic literacy skills. First, phonemic awareness. Second, awareness of print. Third, vocabulary. Fourth, spelling. And fifth, reading comprehension. So, first is the phonemic awareness. It is the awareness of sounds and the ability to hear and play the individual sounds of language. So, mauni siya ang time na ang mga bata or tawo mag-practice og basa sa mga words by pantig-pantig. Makabaluman galing mo basa ang mga bata ani nga time, pero mga basic words and learnings only. So, ang ikaduha, mao ang awareness of print. This is the ability of knowing the letters of the alphabet. So, at this stage of learning, ang mga bata kabalo na mutimaan sa mga letters sa alphabet from A to Z. Third is the vocabulary. Vocabulary showcases the skills of someone on understanding words. So, ani nga time, ang mga bata kabalo na musabot sa mga sayon nga words. Fourth is the spelling. It is defined as the arrangement of letters to make a word. So, ang mga bata ani kabalo-balo na mo spelling og mga words, pero basic words lang gihapon. And the last one is the reading comprehension. If someone can read and understand the meaning of something he reads, he said to have a reading comprehension. So, at this moment, ang mga bata kabalo na mo basa og musabot sa ilang gibasa where simple or basic words lang gihapon ang ilahang gigamit. So the second topic in my report is all about functional literacy. In 1978, UNESCO's General Conference adopted a definition of functional literacy still in use today, which states a person is functionally literate who can engage in all those activities in which literacy is required for effective functioning of his group and community. and also for enabling him to continue to use reading, writing, and calculation for his own and the community's development. Functional literacy is the ability to use reading, writing, and numeracy skills for effective functioning and development of the individual and the community. This is shown through a person can be able to stand independently by having a courage to read, write, and understand the situation by themselves without the help of others. So, at these skills of functional literacy, ang mga tao or bata kabalo na mo stand sa ilang kaugalingon. Tungod kay kabalo na sila mubasa, sulat, musabot og think sa goodness para sa ilahang kaugalingon ug para sa ilahang community. And that would be all. Thank you.